I know. This topic has been discussed before, maybe ad nauseum. I want to discuss the difference between a voice actor and a voiceover talent. And the reason why I'm discussing this is because the context is greater now than it's ever been before. I'm Dane Reid, the voiceover guy, and I want to tell you why I've settled on calling myself one over the other. Check me out. When I first started my career, all I ever thought about was being a voiceover talent. I did voiceover, I had talent, I'm a voiceover talent, and that's all I ever called myself. And that went on for years and years. I've produced a lot of commercials, I've done a lot of great things in my career, and over that time, consistently, I have been a voiceover talent. That seemed to just work. That seemed to just click. That's just who I was. I had a voice. I used it. People said to me, Dane, you have a great voice. And so I used what people called a great voice. It just kind of blurred over the years. Voiceover talent, voice actor. What's the big deal? Well, AI is the big deal. AI has started to make a difference to me in terms of calling myself a voiceover talent versus a voice actor. I am now a voice actor. My skills have grown so much over the 22 years that I've been doing voiceover. I've gotten training, and I know the difference between when I started and where I am now. I can act my ass off. It's still there, but I can act. That's not something that I was really able to do when I first started doing voiceover. When I first started, it was just reading the lines. I sounded good. I can imitate some things, but not actually create things. A friend of mine and colleague who's a really, really incredible voice actress did this audition that she didn't even get the role for, but she let me hear it. And I listened back and I was like, that was unhinged. That was wild. That didn't follow the pattern of anything that I had learned or knew about being a voiceover talent. That was emotional. It was everything. It was big. It was small. It was acting, and it felt incredibly real. And from there, I started thinking, let myself out. There's so many different parts of me. Let myself out to act. I started thinking to myself, do I even want to be a voiceover talent anymore? Do I want to be a voice actor? I let that go for a little while. And then, like I said before, AI. I listen to AI all the time. It's on YouTube. It's on Instagram. I can't escape it. So many creators are using AI. The problem is that AI doesn't actually tell a story in a very human kind of way. AI tells a story in a very predictable, robotic, rote kind of way. And it actually can be pretty good. But when it comes to acting, when it comes to making something up in the way that my friend and colleague did that impressed me so much and impressed upon me so much, that acting is what separates me from this computer. When I heard that, and when I compare it to what AI does, I know the differentiator is true acting. It's something that AI can't do because it doesn't feel. People are starting to see and say, no, we want a real human, someone who can actually act. One of the things that really changed the way that I thought about this as well, I started teaching. I started teaching students twice a year. And then I was also attending classes for other people who would teach classes. Some of my friends are great coaches. I go into their classes. I learn some of the techniques that they use with their students. It inspires me to think about how do I impart that information onto other students. And so I've come up with my own system that I go 2-3 times a year. Sometimes I get students that I work with over Zoom or Google Meet. They say, yeah, I've done some voiceover work before. Okay, let me hear you. And it's so robotic. Let me just be honest. It's actually bad. I needed to separate myself from people who are like me when I first started doing voiceover, who think they're good because somebody told them that they had a great voice, who think they're good because someone paid them a couple of dollars to do voiceover once, twice, maybe even 5 times, who think they're good because their auntie told them that they were good and they should do cartoons, and they're not. And so how do you separate the voiceover white belts from the voice actors, from the black belts? Well, 22 years in, I think I can call myself a black belt. There's like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 10th degree black belts in voiceover. I'm somewhere in there. I'm a voice actor. I emote when I do voiceover work. I become the character and the character becomes me. And so for me, acting is what makes me different because I've heard so many talented actors. I learned this from my actual acting, on camera acting friends. The things that make a great actor: close the door, close the boot, turn off the lights, just listen. Those are the things that make a great voice actor. Getting into your character, understanding your script, knowing that there's a past, a present, and a future, knowing who you're speaking to. Those are things that make a great actor, and they make a great voice actor. The only difference is that the voice actor isn't seen, because your body, when it moves, it creates different sounds in your voice. Those are not things that a voiceover talent or an AI would know. So those were just some of my thoughts about the differences. I posted an article on my website, DaneReidMedia.com, back in March 2026. And I wanted to go back and revisit that. The link is in the description below. Go check that out. Dane Reid, the voiceover guy. If you need voiceover, I'm your guy. Check me out. I'm gone. Peace.
We got your back with true hip-hop. Yeah. The only station keeping you lit on Dunn Avenue. Live from the north side.
You know where I be.
It's Power 106.1. True hip-hop.